Stages Solo, SC4.21, Unboxing and Assembly. Tools needed: box knife, diagonal cutters, 3, 5, and 6 mm hex wrench, number 1 Phillips head screwdriver, 10, 13, 14, and 17 mm combination wrench, 15 mm pedal wrench, optional, ratcheting wrench with 5 mm and 6 mm hex bits and 13 mm socket. Open the top of the box by pulling the staples loose. Use a box knife to cut through the left and right seams of the box. Pull the flap of the box down to the ground to serve as a softer building surface than the floor. Remove the 2 Velcro straps that attach the tablet arm assembly to the bike frame. Use diagonal cutters and carefully cut the zip tie that secures the tablet arm assembly to the seat post. Set the tablet arm assembly aside. Remove the Velcro strap that attaches the handlebars to the bike frame. Remove the handlebars and set them aside. Remove the packaging material. Get assistance to lift the bike out of the box and place it on the cardboard building surface. Be aware that most of the weight is in the front of the bike. Remove all boxes and set them aside. Continue removing the packaging material. Carefully cut the packaging, taking care not to scratch the bike frame. Remove the clear sticker from the stop cap. Carefully cut open the boxes and remove the contents. Bike assembly parts and hardware. Loosen the pop pen on the front of the seat stem and pull the knob outward. Raise the seat stem to 5, release the knob, then lock the pop pin. Extend the leveling feet on the rear stabilizer for easier access when installing the hardware. Align the rear stabilizer next to the rear bracket of the bike frame, with the less angled edge of the stabilizer facing toward the bike. Unpackage the rear and front stabilizer hardware. 4 bolts, 4 nuts, and 8 washers. Have a partner help lift the bike and align the rear stabilizer with the mounting holes on the rear bracket. Place a washer on each bolt and insert it through the mounting holes from the top. Add another washer and start threading the nut on by hand to help prevent cross-threading. Use a 6 mm hex wrench to hand tighten. Use a 6 mm hex wrench or ratcheting wrench with a 6 mm hex bit and the box end of a 17 mm combination wrench to firmly tighten the hardware. Gather the front stabilizer, AC adapter bracket, and remaining stabilizer hardware. Tip the bike backward to rest on the seat fore aft adjustment knob and the rear stabilizer. Align the front stabilizer with the mounting holes on the front bracket of the bike frame, with the wheels on the stabilizer facing toward the outside of the bike. Place the AC adapter bracket on top of the front bracket of the frame and align the mounting holes. Insert a bolt with a washer through the mounting holes from the top. Insert another washer and start threading the nut on by hand to help prevent cross-threading. Use a 6 mm hex wrench or ratcheting wrench with a 6 mm hex bit and the box end of a 17 mm combination wrench to firmly tighten the hardware. Screw all leveling feet into the stabilizers using the open end of a 14mm combination wrench. There should be no gap between the leveling feet, the nut, and the stabilizer. Tip the bike forward to rest on both stabilizers. Open the box containing the tablet and remove the AC adapter. Remove the protective film from the Velcro sticker on the AC adapter bracket to expose the adhesive. Install the AC adapter flush against the left side and outside tabs of the AC adapter bracket. Press the AC adapter firmly onto the adhesive. The screws on the AC adapter bracket should come pre-installed. If they are not, thread 2 to 3 threads on the 4 screws provided into each tab using a 3mm hex wrench. Plug the AC adapter into the receptacle located on the inside of the left front bike leg. Install the AC adapter cover. Press down on the cover while tightening the 4 screws using a 3mm hex wrench. Using a 3mm hex wrench, remove the 2 screws holding the nose cap in place. Gently pull the nose cap forward and down to remove it from the bike. Set the nose cap and screws aside to reinstall later. Lift assist installation, gas cylinder, zip tie, and hardware. Note the included bracket is not installed on the Stages Solo or Les Mills virtual bike and can be disposed of. Lift assist hardware, 1 screw, 2 red bushings, 1 lock nut. Thread a red bushing onto the screw. When the gas cylinder is installed, the screw will thread through the eyelet on the bottom of the gas cylinder. Point the arrow on the head of the gas cylinder toward the front of the bike. Lower the gas cylinder into the head tube. Thread the screw and red bushing through the hole in the head tube and the eyelet at the bottom of the gas cylinder. Thread the second red bushing onto the screw and into the head tube on the opposite side. Install the lock nut and tighten using a 5mm hex wrench and a 10mm combination wrench. Tablet arm installation. Tablet arm assembly. Using a 5mm hex wrench, remove the stop bolt from the tablet arm assembly. Set it aside to reinstall later. Pull the coiled cable out of the bottom of the stem. Carefully route the tablet arm assembly over the gas cylinder and through the head tube. Loosen the pop pin on the front of the head tube, then pull the knob outward and push the tablet arm assembly down into the head tube. Extend the coiled cable. Use the zip tie and secure 3 or 4 cable coils to the rod at the bottom of the head tube. Carefully clip off the excess zip tie using the diagonal cutters. Connect the coiled cable to the cable from the bike leg. Push the tablet arm assembly down to the lowest position, then tighten the knob to lock it in place, exposing the stop bolt hole on the front of the head tube. Using a 5mm hex wrench, reinstall the stop bolt through the hole on the front of the head tube. Reinstall the nose cap, hiding all cables inside. Secure the nose cap using a 3mm hex wrench and the 2 screws. Set the tablet arm fore-apt position to -4 or -5 and lock it in place by turning the knob clockwise. This will keep the tablet arm stable with plenty of space to install the handlebars. Handlebar installation: 4 screws, 4 lock washers, and handlebar clamp. Thread 1 lock washer onto a screw and insert it into the rounded side of the handlebar clamp. Have a partner hold the handlebars in place with the horns toward the front of the bike. Using a 5mm hex wrench, thread the screw into the handlebars through the bottom of the tablet arm. Do not fully tighten the screw. Thread the 3 remaining washers and screws into the handlebars. Do not fully tighten them. When all 4 screws are in place, tighten them in an X pattern to ensure the handlebars sit flush on the tablet arm. Unpackage the remaining contents from the tablet box. Tablet installation: tablet, 4 screws, and power cord. Connect the cable from the tablet arm assembly to the cable from the tablet. Push the excess cable into the tablet arm assembly so it doesn't get pinched when installing the tablet. Using a No. 1 Phillips head screwdriver, attach the tablet to the bracket on the tablet arm assembly with 4 screws. Remove the rubber band surrounding the power meter housing and the plastic spacer between the band and the reset button. Unpackage the pedals and locate the L and R markings on the spindles that indicate the user left and user right side pedals. Pinch the clip on the pedal strap to open the clasp, then feed the strap under the rollers and over the teeth. Thread the strap through the other side of the buckle. Install the user right pedal onto the user right crank by tightening the spindle clockwise toward the front of the bike. Always begin threading by hand to avoid cross-threading the pedal. When you can no longer tighten by hand, use a 15mm pedal wrench to finish tightening the pedal. Do not stop tightening until the pedal is very firmly secured. Use your body weight to press down on the brake as you finish tightening. Install the user left pedal onto the user left crank by tightening the spindle counterclockwise toward the front of the bike. Always begin threading by hand to avoid cross-threading the pedal. When the pedal is hand tight, use a 15mm pedal wrench to finish tightening until the pedal is firmly secured. Use your body weight to press down on the brake as you finish tightening. If the bike rocks, adjust the leveling feet. Start with the rear leveling feet and adjust 1 foot at a time, turning it counterclockwise until it contacts the floor and the bike is stable. If needed, adjust the front leveling feet to help further stabilize the bike. Tighten each nut snug against the stabilizer using the open end of a 14mm combination wrench. Plug the power cable into the AC adapter receptacle. Be sure the seat of the bike is parallel to the floor and in line with the handlebars. If adjustment is needed, loosen 1 nut on the seat clamp using the box end of a 13mm combination wrench or a socket wrench. To avoid rounding the nut, using a socket wrench is preferred. Align the seat and retighten. Make sure the seat is very tight. Check the tightness by pushing down on the front of the seat to make sure it doesn't move. Remove the plastic film from the tablet. Next, watch the Stages Solo tablet setup instruction video or the Les Mills virtual bike registration and setup video to pair the power meter, connect to the Wi-Fi network, and activate the license.